Your future is built by habits, not hype, not motivation, not vibes, not a strong start, and then that fades. Habits. The best of all, we stumble because we're human. Habits. That's what builds discipline. Today, I'm going to show you how to build discipline that actually sticks. Hi, I'm Ifeoluti, and welcome to the room. This is where we build identity and discipline. We build brick upon brick until our lives reflect stability, where we're confident and we're productive. So if you're ready to stop starting over and start building consistency, subscribe and let's get into it. But before we jump into today's session, let's quickly recap on what we did in the last video. Because these sessions are connected, we are building progressively. In the last video, we did an identity reset. The identity statement was, I am building. I'm sure you guys got tired of hearing me repeat that. There was a reason, because repetition is what rewrites our identity. It rewrites the stories that we've told ourselves over time, consciously and unconsciously, that we have to gradually keep rewriting that until we believe what we are saying, because that is the truth. We also set a KPI. We said, if you can do this over 5 days out of the 7 days, that is amazing, because it's not about perfection, it's consistency. Those little steps that we take to see that big change. And I want to say this to you. The more you say, I am building, the more you take that courageous action that you've picked, you start seeing yourself as someone who's not behind, but someone who is in the process of making a change, of growing something new. That was the foundation we laid in the last video. Now, today, we're going to put on another brick, because identity without discipline stays a potential. But identity with discipline becomes result. Quick note before we continue, you will hear a lot of repetition in this series. It's intentional. Repetition is how we break old patterns and build new identity. And we're building brick upon brick. And so I'll keep repeating some of these things, not because you're not hearing me, but because I just want to make sure that it sinks in. And if you feel the video is too slow for you, please feel free to increase the playback speed. Trust me, I do that sometimes. That's perfectly okay. Discipline, habits. Why does this matter? This is where a lot of us, we struggle. We have moments where we're inspired, but we don't have structure. We have big dreams, but we have inconsistent actions backing those dreams. Sometimes we actually start. We have very strong few days, but then it disappears. So today, I'm going to give you 3 non-negotiables that will help discipline stick. Not a long routine, not an unrealistic plan. No, I don't do complicated or friction. Just 3 simple things you can actually do, even on a busy day. So there's no excuse. Let's start here. It is better to do 10 minutes daily than to do 2 hours once and disappear. Intensity might impress people, when you go to the gym and you pump for hours, but then you don't come back. It might impress the person next to you, but it won't build that muscle that you want to build just by showing up once. It is consistency that transforms people. And we know this. So we're going to try and actually apply what we know. Life will not change. The habits, the things that you do, your routine, things will not change if you do them occasionally. Your life will change when you do something repeatedly. So we're going to come up with 3 non-negotiables that you can repeat and maintain. Start building that consistency. Here are the 3 non-negotiables. Write this down. Non-negotiable 1, you have to make it small enough to win. So we're going to work with 10 minutes. Small enough that you can win, because you can't argue that you don't have 10 minutes in a day. Discipline fails when the habit is too big. And people say, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., pray for 1 hour, gym for 1 hour, read 50 pages, then walk 10 hours. That is not discipline, that is punishment. The discipline that will stick is the one that you start small enough to win, and then you build from there. So we're going to say something that you can do within 10 minutes. Why 10 minutes? Like I said earlier, you can't argue that you don't have 10 minutes. 10 minutes removes excuses. It is hard to say you don't have 10 minutes. I repeat, 10 minutes is how builders build. 1 brick, 1 layer, 1 step. Your non-negotiable 2. We're going to anchor whatever you've chosen to do for 10 minutes. We're going to anchor that on your day. Something you do repeatedly every day. Same time or same trigger. Because habits don't stick because people rely on feelings. If you rely on feelings, it's going to fail you. It's not going to work. Habits stick because they are attached to something that is consistent. So your habit needs an anchor. For example, after I brush my teeth, I do 10 minutes of prayer or reflection. I have to brush my teeth daily. So once I brush my teeth, I anchor my 10 minutes of prayer or reflection if that is the area that I want to grow on. Or after I drop my kids, I do 10 minutes learning if you're upskilling on something. You're learning a new skill or you're building on some knowledge. Or after lunch, I do 10 minutes planning if you're struggling to plan out things. Or before bed, I do 10 minutes of journaling, gratitude journaling, or writing, whatever it is. You can say you anchor that new habit on something that's already existing in your life that you do consistently. That way, you will start building the new habit. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be automatic. If you don't anchor it, you will forget it. But if you anchor it, it becomes part of your rhythm. last year, I wanted to read a chapter of the Bible every day, regardless of what I do during the day. So I anchored reading a chapter of the Bible once I climb into my bed. So once I climbed in, I pick up my Bible and I read the chapter. And I was able to do that all through last year. And I've continued. Any habit you don't anchor on something that's natural to you can be a trigger or something that you do consistently every day. It will break. Non-negotiable 3. We're going to track, because builders track. We look at proof over emotions. Most people track moods, but builders, they track proof. Because when you see progress, you stop quitting. So I want you to track this in the simplest way. Just a tick box. Day 1, tick. Day 2, tick. Day 3, tick. This is powerful because your brain starts to believe it. Starts to believe that I am the kind of person who keeps promises to myself. And that identity will start creating more discipline. You can see how this works. My being able to read a chapter of the Bible last year encouraged me to set new habits this year, picking promises from the Bible and standing on them each week. So I am doing this challenge with you because that's the area of growth for me this year. Remembering God's promises and standing on them. But how can you stand on things that you can't quickly call up? So every week, I'm reading through God's promises, memorizing them, praying through them, and building that muscle. So there you have the 3 non-negotiables. But I want to say this. Discipline is not what you do when you hate your life. Discipline is what you do when you love your future. Discipline is self-respect in action. When you do your non-negotiables, you're telling yourself, I matter. My life matters. My future matters. So, practice time. Choose your 3 non-negotiables. We're going to do this together. You're going to choose 3 non-negotiables, each 10 minutes. Not 3 hours, 10 minutes each. Here, I'm going to give you some options. Pick one that fits your season, where you are currently in life. You can pick from working on your identity or your faith. So it could be around your prayer time, how much time you spend with the word, reflection, gratitude, journaling, declaration, or quiet time. A lot of times we don't actually stay quiet. This can be your, every day for 10 minutes, I'll just be still and hear him, hear God. Or it could be you want to work on your fitness, your body, your energy. You decide to start walking or running, jogging, stretching, or home workout. There's so much on YouTube if you don't want to step out. Or it could be you want to build wealth or build clarity. So I always talk about budget checking, tracking your expenditure, your expenses, learning how to invest, be it property, be it stock, or learning a new skill for career progression or career transition. Or it can just be you want to build on how you actually execute. So putting out time to actually do your content, write that outreach message, work on your business plan, or it could be in the area of your mind or growth. You decide that you want to read at least 10 pages every day or learn a new skill. So 10 minutes. So now let's practice that skill. Write your 3 down like this. Number 1, 10 minutes. Number 2, non-negotiable, 10 minutes. Number 3, 10 minutes. Pick anything. It can be relationships. If you're too busy and you feel you're ignoring your spouse, it could be yours. Check in with spouse. Or be intentional with my parenting moment. So this 10 minutes a day, you can do a whole lot more. I'm not saying you can't spend or you don't spend longer, but it's an area where you know you want to grow. So at the minimum, without being overly ambitious, set out just 10 minutes so that you're building in that area. That is what this exercise is for. So now choose just one of them to focus on first. The challenge and KPI for today is you choose 3 non-negotiables, 10 minutes each. Then you pick one and do it 5 times over the next 7 days. That's the KPI. If you can do 5 reps of 1 non-negotiable, that's amazing. It's not because you can't do more, like I said earlier. It's because we're building consistency, not intensity. And I want accountability. So comment non-negotiable plus which one you chose. So for example, non-negotiable, 10 minutes budget check. Non-negotiable 2, 10 minutes prayer. Non-negotiable 3, 10 minutes walking. And I would love for you to come back and update us over the next 7 days on what you picked and how that is going. Please listen carefully because this is where growth happens. You will miss a day sometimes. That does not make you a failure. It makes you human. The secret is not never fall off. The secret is restart fast. Here's the restart rule. Don't punish yourself. Don't spiral. Don't disappear. Just restart with the smallest version of the habit. So if your habit was walking and you stumbled over 10 minutes, restart with 2 minutes. If it's prayer, do 60 seconds. If it was budgeting, open the app and look. That's restart. Because the win is not in the perfect session. No, the win is not in the perfect session. The win is keeping the chain alive. Builders don't stop building because one brick fell off. They pick it up and they continue. So today, we laid the brick. Discipline that sticks. We're going to do 3 non-negotiables for 10 minutes each. And we've been given the KPI of completing at least 5 reps of the non-negotiable over the next 7 days. If you're building with me, subscribe and stay in the room. In this video, you're going to build consistency as we go deeper. We're going to deal with the real enemy, distraction, and delayed obedience. Comment right now, non-negotiable, plus which one you chose. And I will see you in the next video.